can probably tell from the distant sound of the dirt bikes that we are in Moab, Utah. Moab. We came to a very popular BLM, I believe it's BLM, some public lands that you can camp on, and drove around for a little bit, and there were no spots worth taking, and we're tent camping, so it's kind of hard to find like a good spot. And we were coming down the road and we saw this, it was like a converted trailer that we had seen in this amazing spot. They were leaving and we were like, oh my gosh, they're leaving. I wonder if they're leaving for good. So we came back to the spot they were at, and we are camping there because they were leaving for good. It is awesome. Get out of my shot.
Hi.
We drove into Arches National Park for the sunset. We're gonna do some hiking tomorrow. I've been here before, Jacob has not. And then we finally pulled over on the side of the road. The road is right there and it is heavily trafficked. And we are watching the sunset with this view, and it is amazing. I'm cold. So we're building a fire. In other news, the sunset was really pretty. We had a blast and we are excited to go back tomorrow and do some hiking. And then Jake will do some driving. I get to sit by the fire while Jake cooks me some burgers. We're gonna have burgers for dinner tonight and tomorrow night, partly because we love burgers and partly because we're on a budget. And breakfast. Ooh. No, we got oatmeal for breakfast. Okay, it is not even 8 o'clock in the evening yet, and we got too cold around the fire, so we drank our hot cocoa and got into our sleeping bags. You can see my breath. But yeah, it's like 7, what time is it?
It's like 7:50.
Okay, it's like 7:50, so it's 8 o'clock. And we're in our sleeping bags, which is good, because then we can get an early start tomorrow morning. Or we'll sleep through the night because it'll be too cold. But I'm pretty cozy right now. So we'll see how the night goes. It's pretty warm. Good morning. I'm a little sleepy. It is chilly, but we're sitting by the fire and it feels very warm, and it started to get warm pretty quick this morning. Probably still in the 20s, and we're like, it's getting warm. Yeah, last night it was so cold I didn't want to film because I was afraid the camera would die and that my fingers would fall off. We got a very warm fire going right now that is warming up my toes and my fingers. And we have water on the stove to melt and boil. We're really gonna make it change states pretty quick here. We have 2 hikes in mind. One of them is in Arches. It is a Saturday, so we'll see if Arches is too crowded this morning. And then we're gonna do some driving and exploring in the truck. So, typical Moab things. We are hiking up to Delicate Arch this morning. It's a Saturday morning, so super crowded, but Jake has never seen it, so kind of one of those you gotta do it situations. So the hike to Delicate Arch is about 3 miles round trip and only 500 feet of elevation gain, so it's a pretty quick trip. We're about halfway there and 15 minutes in. Definitely worth it. I recommend coming at a time where there won't be crowds. We came right at 9 o'clock, which is pretty much the most crowded time. But if you get here earlier in the morning or later in the afternoon, I've been here before 7 a.m. It's been amazing. So I would recommend trying to get up and make this your first stop once you're in the park or later in the day. Don't come at this kind of peak hiking hour. Jake and I are probably going to finish in about an hour. We're on the way down now. But it is an easy hike if you have experience hiking. If you don't, it's still a totally doable hike. It's uphill, but it's not very steep. Like I said, it's less than it's less than 500 feet of elevation gain over 1.5 miles. Yeah, there is a dirt road in the national park, and according to our map, it leaves the national park of Arches. So we We're on Salt Valley Road heading out of the national park, and it's a pretty mellow dirt road. The map says it's impassable when wet, so I'm guessing flash flooding and all that, but in the dry months it is a very mellow dirt road that you don't even need high clearance to get on, and it connects to Highway 191 more north towards I-70. But instead of doing that, Jake and I are currently testing his off-road capabilities with limited gas. We have 85 miles left in our tank. What's up?
Just looked up.
Okay. And we are currently on Baby Steps Loop, heading hopefully back to the highway. Hopefully. And it's bumpy and it's rocky. Should we air down, babe?
We're okay right now.
Okay. It's not a road. It is a place where people have driven. We're live!
You didn't die.
I didn't die, the truck is still going, but we did not get to where we thought we were going. Taco wave. We had to turn around and come back down everything that we'd gone up. Beautiful, great drive. Jake had fun, I got stressed. We made it in, we made it out, Jake had his fun. And now we are going hopefully for some lunch and gas. We made it to the gas station. Woo! There's a snake hole. Guys. Please don't come out to play. Okay, Mr. Snake? Welcome back to camp. We made it. Figured I'd show you around camp. Let's do it. Okay, view number one. Beautiful geologic structures that I do not know anything about. Carry in your own wood if you're in Moab. Gorgeous little crop, lots of privacy, beautiful trees. We brought our own aspens to the area to burn in that their fire pit. And then mountains and rocks. And the cool thing is that this is the end of campable land, so no one will be camping that direction. You got the walls of, they'll be red at sunset. Cool rock formation there, which is our sleeping view. Sleeping bags galore. We have a little 2-person tent. We're in the desert, so no rain fly. It's great. Always zip so that your zippers are at the top, so bugs and snakes can't get in. You got the truck parked here. We'll do a bathroom tour. It's a bucket. Because if you're camping in the desert, you don't bury your poo, okay? Take it out. These are the things. And that's it. That's where we're living. Okay. We are cooking lunch, making chicken strips because we live a bougie life. So we burn the chicken, but not a lot. And it's like chicken strips, so it's fine. So we got a little makeshift table here with chicken strips, ketchup, strawberries, bougie. We'll have chips. It's gonna be good. I'm excited.
Look, we look cute.
We are cute. Look, guys, we're cute. Oh. Okay, but actually we are leaving camp. I found a hike on all trails, but then my service stopped working because we were driving, so I don't know where it is. We're gonna head to town, try to get some service, figure out where the hike is. I'm trying to convince Jake to buy s'more stuff because we forgot s'more stuff.
You don't have to convince me.
I don't have to convince him. So we're gonna get some s'more stuff, hopefully. Because last night we went to bed so early because it was just like, well, what do we do now? So now we'll go to bed late because we'll just make s'mores.
You don't get cavities.
I already have cavities. Okay, so do not come road tripping with Sandra and Jake. Now we're in a riverbed. Life update. If you are hiking the Sorrel Ridge Trail, it seems as if you parked behind JJ's Mercantile. But we have no idea. To clarify what just happened. Now we're in a riverbed. We are going for like a 2-mile hike because the sun's setting, but we wanted to get out and do something else. So we drove down the canyon, Highway 128, I believe, right outside of Moab. It's a canyon, you can't miss it. To hike Sorrel Ridge Trail. We got here, we're on a ranch. It seems like kind of like a ranch escape resorty property. There are signs that point you in the direction of the trail. So we followed the signs, but they just take you up this road that isn't a road. Pretty sure it's like a flash flood carve out. and to like the trail, what I would call the trailhead. It's where the trail like turns from not wide enough to drive. And we got there and we're like, this is not where we're supposed to be. So we came back and are parked behind a little store, and everyone else in this parking lot, there's California, Colorado, Iowa, and one Utah car and us. So the out of state makes me think that they're hiking and we're in the right spot. So we'll see. Okay, so again, one of those like really easy but gets your heart rate up hikes. We're not quite all the way there, but I just had to stop and say that the views are worth it. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. We're here kind of at sunset, and that's only helping, but you have the river, you have these tables and like rock formations. I'm not a geologist. And then you get the La Salle Mountains, and oh my gosh, it's phenomenal. And it's just this canyon. It's amazing. I'm looking at what we were driving up. Definitely a riverbed. Absolutely no doubt about it. That was not formed by humans. It was formed by water. I mean, look at that. That we literally drove up that bed. I know the quality's bad, but you can see there that looks like the mouth of a river. Oh my gosh. It is so, I mean, look at this. That's incredible, isn't it? God exists in our world, and that view took zero effort. It was a mile of walking up a slight hill. You could do that with a torn ACL if you really wanted to. Don't, but you could. It's incredible. It is truly incredible. A gem also. This is a hidden gem. This is not something that people do, apparently. I know that Moab is like hugely biking. It's not a huge hiking spot, and this is definitely, you can only hike here. But even if you are a dirt biker, a mountain biker, this is worth seeing. For sure worth seeing. Okay, it's not good because I didn't bring a camera because I don't have a camera, but oh my gosh, the moon. That's something. Wow. All right, so the Sorrel Ridge hike goes up to the ridge that is on my right here, and there's definitely poop around me. It is, I would say, about 2 miles. Did not GPS track it, but just in the time it took to hike it and based off of All Trails navigation, 2-mile hike. It took us less than 45 minutes to hike. So super easy 2-mile hike. That was hike, sit at the top, enjoy the view for a pretty long time, and then hike back down. So super easy hike. So worth your time for sure. You don't really need anything special to hike it. Way too good of views for how easy of a hike that is. Way too good. And we were alone on the trail, and it's a Saturday evening. We were there at sunset, prime time. So my guess is not at all populated either. I would say that that is a Moab must. I'm looking at my first spider in Utah. It's a daddy longleg. What if it's like some mutant daddy longleg? I'm filming it. Sorrel Ridge, remember it. If you were wondering, there are, in fact, deer in Utah. Look at all those. Huh? They're not antelopes?
No, those are deer.
Okay. Okay, deer.